Good morning, friends. Happy Feel Good Friday. How y'all doing? Welcome back into Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, and I'm here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about. We have football on tonight, albeit preseason NFL football, but it's week 2 preseason NFL football. We'll take it, and this is the last weekend. I'm going to do another round of applause for this. This is the last weekend without college football for a long time. Next weekend, we get college football. Oh, boy. I'm excited to yell at the TV next weekend because I decided to bet on a college football game I know nothing about. Just to feel something again, you know? So what we got on the menu today, the usual. We're going to go through some sports news, and we're going to recap some baseball. We'll preview the baseball lines today. We'll preview the NFL games we got tonight. I believe we have 2. Then we'll go through, and we're going to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, boy. Travis Hunter. Everyone loves Travis Hunter. I might dislike Travis Hunter more than I disliked Marvin Harrison Jr. Last year. So we'll see. We'll talk about them. Talk about their upcoming season. Take a look at all that fun stuff. But first, let's say hello to everyone that's here. Hope you guys are smashing the like button, reposting this post so everyone over on Rumble knows where to find the most professional, on-time, non-clickbait sports show on the internet. We're about to break 14,000. How crazy is that? 14,000 followers. That is insane. Good morning, Lousy Larry. How we doing? Grass Guy's in the house. What up, buddy? Almost on time, always on time. This show starts at the exact moment it's supposed to start every single day. Not a second before, not a second later. Just how it is. I'm that good. Good morning, Jamie. How we doing? Patriots in the house. Hey, buddy. Ms. Leslie's here. Morning. Good morning. You like the hat? Thank you. Dude, I got so many compliments on this hat yesterday. I'll show you real quick. Like, I kid you not. So I wore this to work yesterday. Yeah, I wear hats at work. Don't tell anyone. Not that it's against the rules or anything. But this is the CDA stands for Coeur d'Alene, right? The lighthouse. So I got this hat. I kid you not, I had someone goes, so guy was picking up his prescription. Where is the bright one that I need? There we go. Guy was picking up his prescription. I'm walking by and step into my office for a second. And as I was in there, my tech goes, "Hey, you have a consultation." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I go back to talk to that guy. I'm like, "Hey, you got questions?" And he's like, "Yeah. Where'd you get that hat?" Nothing to do with this drug. He didn't have any questions. He wanted to ask me about my hat. I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't realize how popular this hat is, but I like it. Wife did good. Hit the like button. Keep the Cowgirls from losing by 3 TDs this week. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's my best bet. Sorry, bitch. That's my best bet. I'm taking the Ravens. They don't even have to throw the ball. They don't have to throw the ball. Right? They're going to run on that terrible run stuffing Cowboys defense. James says, I'll be there at the very first college football game of the season, Kansas versus Iowa in Dublin. Isn't it Kansas State and Iowa State? You can't forget the state, Jamie. You can't forget the state. But that will be fun. There's a huge difference between Kansas and Kansas State and Iowa State. I know it seems weird. It seems silly. But that will be fun. That'll be fun. Who you betting on? Well, we'll think about it. As time comes on the day of. We'll think about who we taking. We'll tail Everyone will tail that pick. I'm good. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. Good morning, Bilku. Happy Friday. That's right. That's right. I'm starting to wake up a little bit now. I'm starting to wake up a little bit because I see B McCormick drop the mommy milkers in there. Let's go ahead and
You got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing? Well, I'm here to help you. Next, you want to tuck your right arm and lay your left arm on top of that mommy milker. Bombs away?
bombs away indeed. That's a good way to start the day. Will the Cowboys be able to keep Parsons? Ooh, that is a good question. I originally thought yes. I think I'm leaning towards a no. We will see, though. We will see. Okay, it is Kansas State and Iowa State. That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you're talking to the Americans, American football, college football fans, you can't leave the state. You can't leave the state off. People will lose their minds. We're just crazy like that, you know. I was born and raised in Dallas, but I've always been a Saints fan. I enjoy the Cowboys to stay close to dad. Okay, there you go. There you go. Good morning, Mont. How we doing? How we doing? Good morning on the kick side of thing to Jonas and Stave Confirmation CXUO. Wild names over there. Wild names. But good morning to all you guys. Hope you guys having a good good Friday. I don't even know where to begin today. I haven't looked at anything. I was going to be all prepared this morning, and then the next thing you know, the wife and I are up watching a TV series, and I look over, and it's 11:30, and I go, "Damn, I have to get up in 4 hours. I'm an idiot." I was gonna do a afternoon stream today. I don't know how that's gonna work. I forgot the wife has a hair appointment, and it was I remember she had a hair appointment, but it was supposed to be at 2. But now it got moved to 12:30, which is right when I was planning on doing the stream. So we'll see. But I'll be on baby duty. Oh boy. I'll be on baby duty for like 5 hours because why hair appointments take 5 hours, I don't know. That's factoring in she's got to drive over to Spokane and whatnot. But that means I get the little minions at the worst part of the day, right after naps. Someone's always cranky. Then we lead into dinner time, and that's always fun. Trying to make dinner for 4 little kids, while at least one of them's asking you to hold them the whole time. The wild life we live over here. As a Giants fan, I want him out of the division. Get him out of there. Actually, get him on the Giants. The Giants need help on their defense, especially that defensive line. They need a lot of help. That would be a Giants thing to do. Feels like the Giants are like the Browns light. They just, you know what? Let's get another defensive guy, huh? Let's get another guy in the front 7. That'll fix everything. Oh, I was thinking the WNBA. Let's start with the WNBA mascot. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hold on. Let's pull that one up. Oh God. Is that what I should make into a little emote here? Easy. Grass guy. It's true. The only thing that you've done well outside of the defensive line is Malik Neighbors you drafted. It's a good pick. Should we make this? I was thinking about making this the emote for on here. Have we had one thrown in a while? I haven't seen any news on it if we had. I guarantee you, if we haven't had one thrown this week, it's happening this weekend. Probably tonight. He is a beast. I wonder if he glows in the dark. What do you think? Think he glows in the dark? Probably. It's so wrong, but it's so right. So wrong, but it's so fitting. Just don't ask the gals in the WNBA where it fits. Okay? Okay. So is that LeBron in green? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh. Well, let's start with some news. Hey, if you guys haven't already, or let's start with a little it's football season, right? It's football season. I'm singing like Frank when he cooks. Come join my eliminator challenge. Or no, this is the eliminator challenge. I haven't set that up yet. Well, I've set it up, but I haven't set up the group yet. Come join my pigskin pick 'em every game this season in the NFL against the spread. Come join. We've got the Game On Show crew. This is funny because I was like, the Game On Show, and they're like, that name's already been taken. I know. I'm pretty sure that's my group that I created last year. Why can't I use that same group? I don't know. It didn't give me that option. But we got 5 of us in here already. Come join. It's free. All you got to do is make a pick against the spread for every team. So like, here's week 1. Let me show you. Here's week 1. You just pick every game against the spread, okay? Each week. Person with the most correct picks in the season wins. There will be a prize. I'm still thinking on what I'm going to do for the prize. Most years I do anyone who finishes ahead of me, I'll pay you $50. So you guys are playing against me. That's how confident I am. Also, but I'm going to throw in some Game On merch and stuff like that. I'm just trying to figure exactly how I want to do it, and it'll help when I see how many people we actually have too. So come join, and thank you for pinning that. Come join. Super James is in the house. I'm late. Start over. Here's what you missed. Super James, you'll appreciate this. This is the WNBA's new mascot. WNBA's new mascot. I knew you're going to get a kick out of that, Super James. Oh, let's see. I got to add this over here too. Come join the group. He needs a name. He needs a name. But yeah, come join. Aha, look at that. We got one more in there now. That's what I'm talking about. Come join. It's free. It's easy. All you got to do is pick every game against the spread this season, and you'll win some prizes if you're at the top of the leaderboard. I'll let you know before the season start what those prizes are. But that's Pigskin Pick'em. I'm also going to post this again. Come over. Just if you haven't already, just sign up and join. You don't have to enter anything yet. Just let's get some signups over here. Let's show the guys. I know we got a lot signed up during March Madness, but let's show the guys over at season like just how awesome our crew is. And come join the season. What is the season over here? It's pools. If you like pools, like contests, like Survivor contests, Pick'em contests, a bunch of them. They're a lot of fun. We'll have our own squad right here. Make your squad work. Well, not only will have our own squad, we can do different squads between our own group, but we will have our own little page, own little community, little Game On community. Okay, it's gonna be great. I got live picks and 2 pools. Oh, we got the EPL Survivor. I picked a random team. I know nothing. I picked a random team. This is a free one. That's the other thing. If you join over here, they have a lot of free ones too. But look, they've got the big NFL Survivor with $100,000 in prizes. I believe $50,000 to the winner of that one. I think it's like $20 to join that if you want to. You can buy the bundle for like it's like 25% off, so it's like $75. If you buy the bundle, you get into all of these. You get into multiple Survivor contests throughout the year. You get a weekly pick 'em, get a playoff pick 'em. You get a Super Bowl prop one, QB one and done. That one's fun. Each week in the NFL, you pick a QB and who you think is going to throw the most yards that week, and then you can't use them again. And the person that gets the most yards at the end of the season wins. What's the top prize in that one? Top prize in this one is $1,000. Nice. So this one's probably $10 to join if you just do it individually. Loser Survivor. Those are fun. Thanksgiving props one. It's just you buy this bundle and you get access to all these things. Oh, here we go. This shows you all the prizes. You get access to all these things. $100 tier Survivor. That one's fun, but that one's obviously expensive. But a lot of fun contests. So if you're into contests, come check it out. If not, just join. You don't have to commit to anything. There's a lot of free ones they do where you can win like $100 one weekend or something like that. And they do actually pay you. These guys are legit. I placed second in their March Madness pool, the big bracket March Madness pool. I placed second. Got paid out the following week after it was all over for $1,500. It was pretty cool off of a $10 entry. So go check it out. Go check it out. What are you guys saying over here? I'll take a look at the Premier League Survivor. I know that league quite well. Atta baby. That one's a free one too. I think a free chance to win $100. Why not? They were really kind to us. They made a draft one. Was it an NFL draft one for us? Yeah. Gave us a free $250. I think Heavy Steps placed and got paid. Speaking of Steps, he's usually here on Friday. I don't know where that guy's at. I don't know why he's avoiding us. What's he doing? Let's run through some news. I need some more coffee. Supporting his, I too picked a random EPL league. That's right. I picked. Who is it that I picked? What did it say? Oh, you can still pick. I picked Fulham. No idea. I need to go look at Robert's picks, but I wanted to pick a random one. Boom. It's that simple. Look at that. That simple. That easy. It's that easy. Hit the like and follow to keep the pom-poms real. That's right. Depps is dead to me until he comes back. Fulham's a solid pick. Boom. I knew it. I knew that was my instincts. My instincts were right. Good morning, Tommy. How we doing over on the YouTube side of things? How we doing, my friend? On this Feel Good Friday. That's right. What do we got? Let's see. Dude, check this out. This is wild. All right. Kode Senga. Watch this first pitch. He throws a pitch that's like this would throw you off as a professional hitter. So I don't blame this guy. This first pitch, well, not first pitch of it, but the first one that I'm going to show you is 67 miles an hour. Watch this. I'm up. And the first pitch. Look how slow that was.
And the first pitch curveball drops in for a strike.
66 miles an hour. My bad. And then watch how fast he gets back up there. And this next pitch was within like 10 seconds. But watch, it goes from, you just saw a 66 mile an hour curveball to 97 mile an hour heater.
1-2 coming. And he got him looking at a fastball.
So you go from
and the first pitch curveball drop.
I love it.
1-2 coming. And he got
31 miles an hour is difference in less than 10 seconds. Whew. Anyone going to Chattanooga this weekend? I was hoping to make it. I couldn't make it this weekend. Tommy's chilling. Atta baby Tommy. Yeah, I was hoping to go, but I'm gonna make it next year. Got too much stuff going on. Have a seat slick. That's right, dude. That's right. At least the ump got those calls right. Jeez. Oh, new podcast. If you're interested in a well, listen, you already get everything you need here. But if you're interested in another sports podcast, it's a good little 20-30 minutes every morning. Scott Seidenberg here, formerly from pregame.com. he got a deal with FanDuel, and he's taking his morning show that he used to do over at pregame called Straight Out of Vegas, and he's made a new podcast called Better Day Sports Betting Podcast. Check it out. I listen to it every morning. It doesn't start till I listen to Straight Out Vegas every morning. I'm gonna listen to this too. It doesn't start till Monday, but it's good stuff. Did you see this? Any updates for the contest? Didn't make a pick yesterday. Nothing looked good. Didn't you get your pick right? Let me check. I think Jamie, I didn't check the locals yesterday. Let me see. Where are we at? Yesterday's game. Yeah, Jamie took the Orioles plus 1.5. Plus 1.5. And that thing came. Yeah, the Orioles ended up winning. You could have just taken the Orioles on the money line. That was close though, Jamie. That game almost got rain delayed. Well, it got rain delayed, but it almost got pushed. But you did win. You did win. So Jamie, what are you at now? I gotta double check. I think you're at 2 now. Are you at 2 or 1? I think 2. Patriot had Detroit, Minnesota under 7.5. Oh my God, you got so lucky. Patriot got that one right. That's one win streak there for Patriot. He had a under 7.5 for the Tigers and the Twins. He posted that over on locals. Good job, Patriot. That one was looking scary because Scooball gave up 3 runs early, and that thing went to 11 innings, and you still went under. Atta baby. But what everyone's talking about is every day on the show, you can either post it here on the show or on the YouTube side or over on gameon.locals.com. Post your pick. You get 1 pick a day minus 150 or better. And Jamie's back at 1. So Patriot and Jamie are tied at 1. Whoever can string together 5 winners in a row, doesn't have to be 5 days in a row, but I would recommend you do it so someone doesn't pass you. Whoever can do 5 in a row will win $50 and a copy of Field Steel's magazine, college football preview magazine. But you got to comment with your pick. Right now, it's Jamie and Patriot tied at 1. Nope, sorry, you're right. Sporting's in the lead with 2. You didn't make one yesterday. That's why I was forgetting that one. Sporting has 2. Sporting's in the lead with 2. Ooh. You forgot my Rangers over. Yeah, but you said that you didn't post. I'll give it to you, Patriot. I'll give it to you. So that one wins. But I don't believe you posted it on the comments. I need it in the comment section. Okay? I need it in the not in the live chat, because the live chat, it's too hard to keep track of it in the live chat. But I will give that to you. But if you come over here, this was yesterday's, as you can see. Jamie posted that there. Patriot posted his over on gameon.locals.com. Do that. It's free. Go check it out. Go check it out. See if you can get to 5. No, Patriot. Not in chat. On the comment section. I did tail it. I'll give it to you because I did tail it. But post it in the comments. But Patriot Sporting tied at 2. Jamie's at 1. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Where are we at? We're here. Golfers with the worst swings according to data. Look at that. The top 10 golfers with the worst swings based off of data. Will comes in at 4. What? I got a beautiful swing. Beautiful swing. I don't know what they're talking about. Patriot has a standing Rangers pick. I don't know if he wants a standing Rangers pick. That team was this close to finally getting in the wild card spot, and then they just shit the bed this last week. Oh, so I clipped out the New England Patriots talk that we talked about yesterday with the male cheerleader thing, and I posted it. And it didn't take long for me to get called homophobic. So that was cool. I love X. I got called homophobic by this person. No better or worse than female cheerleaders. You're just homophobic. Listen, lady. Listen. Yes, female cheerleaders are better. And listen, if wanting to see hot women in tight shorts shaking their ass at a football game instead of male cheerleaders makes me homophobic, then I guess that's what I am. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Oh, man. People are funny. People are funny. Did you see this little typo yesterday? Someone did this on purpose, I swear. This is Michael Penix Jr. But according to WTOC, this is actually Michael Penis Jr. I bet that's not the first time that's happened to him. Oh. Well, it's not homophobic. It's pretty much a homophiliac. Late innings have not been kind to your Rangers. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Robert Kraft found the male cheerleader at the parlor with Jerry. This is true. But how do you mess this? Penis, Michael Penis, who? It had to been on purpose. But that was a real thing yesterday. Current odds for the Red Sox to make the playoffs are at 78%. Need them to make it as long as the last leg of an 11 leg plus 980 parlay. Let's go. I'll be rooting that on for you. X and S are close on the keyboard. I mean, I guess they kind of are, but like, big mistake there. Or little mistake. That's the other thing. Makes it sound like he's got a junior penis. A little guy. Why do they got to do that to Michael? What did he ever do to them? Good morning, IR Goat. That's a good point. That isn't an excuse. It is. Oh, that was funny though. Dude, did you see this? The NFL is just getting destroyed in court this week, which never happens. Is the shield finally getting dented? Is it? Later, Jamie. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good day. Unfortunately, cheerleaders don't play football. That's true. But we start off the week with the NFL losing at the Nevada Supreme Court in the John Gruden case. So that thing's going to trial and going to discovery. And then look at this. Courts ruled yesterday that the NFL can be put on trial over civil claims that Brian Flores and other black coaches face discrimination. They're just taking L's this week. They're like, can we just get this season started so people stop talking about this stuff? But the NFL, the big, strong shield, everything bounces off that. It looks like it's finally getting dented. I don't think either of these two cases are going to go to trial. I believe they'll be settled because that's what the NFL is so big. They'll just settle it out of court, of course. But it'd be fun if we got to trial. We'll see, though. They'll just probably throw a bunch of money at it and make it go away. We got to talk about this. This is ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Hold on. Well, we had breaking news yesterday. Good news if you're a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs wide receiver, Rashee Rice, isn't going to have his disciplinary action by the NFL until September 30th. How about that? How did they get so lucky? So he is now eligible to play for the first 4 weeks of the season. This is stemming back to his car crash in Dallas last summer, where he was speeding. Believe there was rumors that him or his buddy stole some things from an auction or something like that, some sneakers and stuff. And then tried to escape, ended up crashing, hurting a bunch of people. It was not good. His I believe he got like 30 days of jail, which will be, I think, suspended and put into community service or something like that. But either way, the NFL, who I thought finally was coming after the Chiefs this year, because if you look at the Chiefs, their schedule this year is horrific. They have a very tough schedule. The NFL finally did them no favors, and they have terrible rest disadvantage this season. They're on a bunch of primetime games, no rest, older team. I thought, hey, this is finally the year this NFL is not going to be giving favors to the Chiefs. And then this happens. They let Rashee Rice play the first 4 games of the season. Why is that important and significant? The hardest stretch of the Chiefs season is the first 4 weeks. They don't face a harder 4-week stretch throughout the rest of the season than the first 4. So their toughest part of the year, they get to have one of their top wide receiver, if not their top wide receiver. I mean, what? It makes no sense other than the league just colluding with wanting the Chiefs to, give them every advantage they can. Why can't they do this now? We already know this happened last summer. The court case has been settled. Why can't they do it before the season? It makes no sense. But on Tuesday, September 30th in New York, they're going to meet with him, and the disciplinary action is going to come down from the league. They're talking about a 6-game suspension, so he won't be eligible to return, I believe, until week 12. But their first 4 games, they got to go to Brazil to start the season off against the Chargers. Then they are coming back home to face the Eagles. Then they got to go to New York and play the Giants. But then they come back home and face the Ravens. So they're going to get Rashee Rice when they need to play the Chargers, Eagles, Giants, and Ravens. The toughest 4-week stretch for the Chiefs all season long. And I think it was done on purpose. You can't tell me it wasn't. It makes no sense why they would do this randomly after the first 4 weeks of the season. If you're a Chiefs fan, congrats. But if it's a 6-game suspension, which is what it's looking like it will be, based off of the rumors out there, he will miss games against the Jags, Lions, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, and Broncos. Now, I mean, you would want them against the Lions and the Bills. And probably them against the Broncos too, but still, at least he's going to be there for Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Ravens. I don't know what we're doing here. Just when I thought the NFL was finally getting over the Chiefs, they get suckered back in. Be careful betting against the Chiefs this year because you just never know. You never know what the refs are going to do. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Was this deliberate? Did the NFL do a favor here for the Chiefs? Why is it 4 weeks into the season we're going to decide this? Why can't we do it now? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys on the next video. Boom. Good morning, Mighty Megatron. He says, what did he do? He stole, him and his buddies stole some, let me pull the exact thing up. Rashee Rice crash. Rashee Rice, a wide receiver of the Chiefs, was involved in a multi-car crash in Dallas. He was driving a Lamborghini at high speeds when he lost control, caused a chain reaction collision. Rice and others involved fled the scene. Oh, that was the other thing. Not only did he crash, but they got out of the car and they fled the scene of the crime. But he later turned himself in and pleaded guilty to 2 felony charges. He received a sentence of 5 years probation, 30 days in jail, along with a $115,000 restitution payment to the victims. He was driving nearly 120 miles an hour when he crashed. It was a hit and run when he left the scene. He pled guilty to 2 felony charges related to the crash. He also agreed in a civil settlement, a $1 million payment to the victims. It was not good. And I believe there was something about they left an auction or something like that, and someone had stole a pair of sneakers or something like that, which is why they were speeding away. I mean, the civil settlement's done. The criminal side of thing is done. He caught 2 felonies. He hurt a lot of people. But the NFL's going to wait till after 4 weeks of the season to give him his discipline. Makes no sense. Oh, crab legs like James. I don't think that was it. Think I'm drafting Rice if he's available in my fantasy. It wouldn't be a bad pick. Wouldn't be a bad pick. Ooh, Patriots making country style ribs today. Let's go. Let's go. Thursday games are actually advantageous. Opponents on the same short rest. Next week, you have more rest than the opponent. Mondays are bad. Yeah, Mondays aren't great. Why do these morons still act hiddish? I don't know. Man. Hanging out with the wrong crowd. But luckily, no one died in the crash. Thank God. But the NFL just doing more favors for the Chiefs. I'm shocked. Ooh, today we find out. So the NCAA has formally notified Michigan that the findings and punishments related to the sign stealing scandal will be publicly released on Friday. I thought we already knew this, but apparently we're going to get some news on this today. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on that. Okay. Where do we go from here? Let's go to baseball, huh? Let's go to base. Oop. Hop on over to baseball. I need another swig of coffee. That is good. That is good. Okay, where are we at as well? Oh, rookie. We already knew this too. QB Shooter Sanders officially ruled out for tomorrow's game. How are they going to handle not having their Hall of Fame preseason quarterback? I don't know. We'll find out. Your mother would have beat your ass. That's right. That's right. That's a good mom right there. All right, let's get into our daily MLB recap, and then we'll take a look at today's betting preview. Not many games yesterday, but we did have the Orioles upset the Mariners, 5-3 victory there. That was a nice little underdog win if you had the Orioles. Blue Jays get a 2-1 victory over the Cubbies. Guardians a 9-4 victory over the Fish. Oh, man, I should have taken the Guardians yesterday. The Nationals 3-2 victory over the Phillies. I had a parlay of the Phillies and Tigers. And, I got sometimes the easiest bets to make are the worst bets to make. I can't believe the Phillies. At least they had a chance. Phillies had a guy on third, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Chance to tie the game up, but they don't get it done. The Braves upset the Mets, 4-3 victory there. Albies had a big night. The Mets are in shambles, dude. I bet Frank was freaking out yesterday. Tigers get it done. Skubal gave up 3 runs early. Not a great performance by him. Doesn't matter. Tigers rally back and in 11 innings get a 4-3 victory there over the Twinkies. Patriots under 7.5. Cashes even with a couple extra innings. What a stud. And then the Diamondbacks defeated the Rockies 8-2. We should have just went with the Diamondbacks. I mean, the Rockies are terrible. Should have just went with the Diamondbacks. But that's what we had going on yesterday in the league. Let's take a look at the updated standings real quick before we look at today's games. Let's just look at the wild card spot because it's heating up. Yankees still with a half-game lead over the Guardians. Or I guess the Indians, since they won yesterday. We get to call them the Indians. And then look at that. The Reds are only a half game behind the Mets. The Mets are in shambles. The Mets are a mess. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. But here's what we got going on this Friday. in MLB. Taking a look at the betting lines. We get one early game. Look at that. Cubs and Pirates. Cubbies minus 200 favorites. Pirates plus 170 on the comeback. 81% of the money is on Chicago on that one. Brewers and the Reds. Brewers minus 140 road favorites. Reds plus 120 home dogs. 82% of the money back in the Brew Crew. The Red Hot Brew Crew. What are they on, a 12 game win streak? It's crazy. Phillies minus 175 after losing to the Nationals yesterday. They're minus 175 favorite. Nationals plus 150 on the comeback there. Sharp money on the Phillies. 90% of the overall money is on Philadelphia. Patriots Rangers taking on the Blue Jays. Rangers minus 115. Jacob deGrom day. Even money home dogs for the Blue Jays there. Big money on the Jays. Action Network expert likes the Jays. 85% of the money is on the Blue Jays. Going up against deGrom, fading the Rangers. That's not smart. Mariners, Mets minus 120 home favorites. Mariners even money. Road dogs. Ooh, this is interesting. Mariners are scrappy, and the Mets need a win. Oh, this is tough. Sharp money action expert likes the Mets. It's home favorites here, but big money is on the Mariners. They got 63% of the bets, but 83% of the overall money. People are just anti-New York, and I don't blame you. Braves and the Indians. Indians minus 120 home favorites. Braves plus 105. Road dog. Sharp money on the Indians. 58% of the money is on Atlanta. Marlins and the Red Sox. Marlins plus 140. Road dogs. Red Sox minus 160 home favorites. Who was it? Was it Jamie or supporting that needs the Red Sox to make the playoffs to finish off a 9-leg parlay plus 980? Let's go. 89% of the money is on the Red Sox to get it done today. Tigers and the Twinkies. Tigers minus 130. Road favorites, Twinkies plus 110. Sharp money on the Twins. 74% of the money is on the Tigers there. White Sox and the Royals. Royals minus 170 home favorites. White Sox plus 155 on the comeback. Sharp money on the White Sox. 83% of the money back in Kansas City, though. Orioles and the Astros. Astros minus 235 home favorites. Plus 200 on the comeback for the O's there. Sharp money, action number expert like the Orioles today, but 82% of the money is on Houston. Yankees and the Cardinals. Monts Cards taking on the Yanks. They're coming to town. Yanks minus 130 road favorites. Cardinals plus 115 home dogs. 70% of the money back in the Yankees today. Patriot says Cards might be the play. I think you're right. Diamondback, I think we just keep doing the anti-New York parlay. So take the Mariners parlayed with the Cards. That's been hitting lately. That's been hitting more times than not. Diamondbacks minus 190 road favorites against the Rockies plus 160 home dog. Sharp money on the Diamondbacks. 94% of the overall money is on Arizona there. Angels and the A's coin flip game. Sharp money likes the Angels, and 62% of the overall money is on LA. Padres and the Dodgers. Dodgers minus 190 home favorites. Padres plus 160 road dogs. This is a huge game because the Padres are up in the division by like a game or something against the Dodgers. This series is going to determine who's going to be in control down the stretch for the division title. Sharp money on the Dodgers. Big money on the Padres, though, with 39% of the bets, 51% of the overall money on the Padres. And the night game tonight, Rays and Giants. Giants minus 130 home favorites. Rays plus 110 on the comeback. Sharp money, big money on the Rays. 44% of the bets, 58% of the money is on Tampa Bay. And there you have it. That's what we got going on in the world of baseball today. Let me know what your favorite bet of the day is in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. You can catch us live if you're watching this playback video. You can catch us live every morning at 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, wherever you choose to watch your shows. All my handles are right there on the screen at the bottom. Give me a follow. We'll see you in the chat. Boom. Boom. Oh man. Cards might be the play, huh? It just might. Let's take a look at football today. We got football today, yeah. What time's it start for? Oh, God, at least I'll be able to have a football game on while my kids are all wild and crazy. Oh, dig don't miss. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Says, are you a fantasy guy? I need trade advice. Yes. I got all the fantasy answers for you. What are you in? You in a dynasty league? Doing trades already, or did you already draft? Let me know. Let me know what's the trade. What are you thinking? Dude, Dynasty Leagues are the way to go. I love my Dynasty League. And going through Warren Sharp's book, I got a sharp eye on some of these rookies that I don't think many people are looking at that I'm gonna snag for cheap. Oh baby. Later, Tommy. Hope you have a good Friday, buddy. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out this morning. Hope you have a good one, my friend. Hope you have a good one. I think we need some golf advice real quick before we get into today's games. Here's a little golf tip.
You got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing? Well, I'm here to help you. Next, you want to tuck your right arm and lay your left arm on top of that mommy milker. Bombs away?
Bombs away indeed. Just start up drafted Dynasty League. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Got offered Lamar Jackson, a first and second round pick for Jaden Daniels. Well, the other thing we got to know is, well, do you have a salary cap? Do you have a salary? In my Dynasty League, we have a salary cap. So it depends. I guess you can make the trade now and worry about the salary cap later. But, yeah, dude, I'd take that. Lamar still should be, I mean, statistically, just one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I don't think there's going to be hell. I mean, Lamar's probably going to have more fantasy points than Jaden Daniels this season. So if you could get Lamar, and even if he doesn't, he's going to be right there. It's not like he would be like a huge drop off. I would take Lamar. Year 2, Jaden Daniels is going to be a little bit tougher schedule this year. Tougher defenses he's going to face. We know that doesn't matter how good your rookie season was, the sophomore slump is real. I take Lamar, and you can snag a first and second round pick. I'd do it. No cap, definitely do it. Then if you have no cap, that's the other factor. We have a cap in ours, so you got to be conscious of that. But you take Lamar and you take a first and second round pick. I'd do it. I'd do it. That's just me. Is the first and second round pick for this year, or have you already done your draft? I'd do it. That's just me, though. All right. We got the first game today. Titans, Falcons. Falcons are 3.5-point favorites. Sharp money on the Titans here, but 63% of the money are on the Falcons. I think I'm going to be on the Falcons today. No lie. I think I'm going to be on the Falcons today. Outright. I'm going to take the Falcons to win outright. You don't call Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. and think you're going to get away with it. You're saying exactly what I'm thinking, just the age difference, and I wasn't sure what kind of value I should be getting back. That is good value. I mean, Lamar's not dropping off anytime soon, right? Obviously, Jaden Daniels he has more years left on him, but by the time Lamar's done, you can find another solid quarterback. I would, if you got a team that could win now, or you're building something that could be a solid team for the next few years, I'd take it. I already did the draft. First round pick in 26, second round pick in 27. Beautiful. Take it. Log in now. Accept the trade. And go win your league. But I like the Falcons today. What do you guys think? I like the Falcons. Give them a little plus money dog. Why not? Why not? Who are the Titans anyways, you know? Then we got the Chiefs and the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 3-point favorites at home against the Chiefs here. Short money on the Seahawks. 53% of the overall money is on Seattle. I don't know about this one. Are we not getting any starters? We got one series from the starters from the Chiefs last week. I would assume usually Andy Reid makes the starters play the first quarter of this game, but maybe the Seahawks are going to. This might be one in week 2. You got to keep an eye on who's playing their starters for one quarter and who's playing their starters for a full half. Because some teams are doing that. And a lot of you would be tempted to go with the team that's playing their starters for the full half. More times than not, the team that is just doing the quarter ends up winning. I don't know though, but I feel like if you're gonna take the points, maybe take the Chiefs. But there's sharp action there on the Seahawks. I don't really have a feel for that game. Done. There you go. You're a Birds fan too, so you have no attachment to Daniels. Even better, man. Now you don't have to root for that guy. Now you don't have to root for him at all. Atta baby. Atta baby. Pats, Vikes, gay versus retarded. We're not there yet. That's tomorrow. We'll cover the rest of the games tomorrow. We're just covering the 2 games today. Worst team this season: Bears, Saints, Browns, Titans. Yes, they're all going to be terrible. They're all going to be terrible. The Bears, there's some real concerns about Caleb Williams and picking up Ben Johnson's offense. Dude doesn't know how to avoid a sack. Doesn't know how to avoid a sack. Let's get into our team that we're covering today. That'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are on page 299. $2.99. All right, we're going to be covering the Jacksonville Jaguars today. We're covering every team leading up to the season, and we're reacting to Warren Sharp's book. If you haven't checked out Warren Sharp's book, you should go get it. You can get yourself a PDF downloadable version right here like this, or you can get the book. Look at this thing. Look at this bad boy. Hold up. Look at this thing. Look how thick that is. Oh, man. If you're a football junkie, especially if you're betting on these games this season, man, you need this wonderful resources tool. I don't get paid to say that. I'm just trying to bring you guys an awesome resource to use. But we got a new head coach in Jacksonville. Head coach Liam Cohen, former offensive coordinator with the Bucs. Saw what he did with Baker. What can he do with Trevor Lawrence? Can he turn Trevor Lawrence's career around? A lot of excitement around that. Obviously, new offensive defense coordinator with the coaching change there. Spike says Tank will be the man this year. The PDF probably weighs 5 pounds. No joke. This book feels like it weighs 5 pounds. Oh, that's funny, Super James. That is funny. We do these reactions live every morning. I got a show at 4:30 a.m. My links to everything is down below. TX says I might be able to run my other boy's pockets who wants Trayvon Henderson. Yeah, dude, Trayvon, he's on my team. Go Pats. He's looking good. But we do the show live every morning, 4:30 a.m. Cover some sports news, take a look at the betting lines, and then we dive into a team that interests you. If you're enjoying this standalone video, because I do clip out these parts and post them standalone, you can come join us live wherever you watch your shows. Those are my links all down below. Would love it if you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on this video. Okay, let's get into it. Season win total this year is 7.5, which is a big, bold move after coming off a 4-13 season. You got a new head coach. You got Trevor. Although you can't count out Trevor Lawrence is a new dad, first-time dad. He's got a little baby daughter. Congratulations. The new dad effect. Maybe that's going to, that changes some people. Especially these athletes. It changed them. Maybe that's what he needed to finally, lock in and do something with his career. Although, congratulations, Trevor Lawrence. You got paid, so good on you. Spike says, will Brian Thomas Jr. have the sophomore jinx? Probably not. That dude's a stud. Probably not. Probably not. Sporting says, odds of the Fed maintain rates in September is up to 20. Told you about this yesterday. Yes, Sporting. I actually went in and bet that. I got it at 18 yesterday. It went up to 24 and I sold out. I took a quick little profit. And then it came back down. So I'm going to buy back into it, but you're right. You're right. But I saw literally it went up 6% in the matter of, I think, a half hour since I made it. And I go, oh, I'm just going to take that free money. And then it's been going up and down, up and down. So I'm going to buy back in, but I took my free, I think it was $15. Why not? $15 laying on the ground. You're not going to take it? I sure did. But the Jags, one thing we like to look at is the rest advantage, disadvantage. Not much for them this season. They do have an international game week 7 against the Rams. But they got in week 3, they got a 1-day rest advantage against Houston. Week 6, they got a one game rest disadvantage against the Seahawks. And week 17, they have a 1-game rest advantage against the Colts. Net 1 game rest advantage overall. But really nothing here. They got pretty much equal rest. One of the rare teams we see during the season that actually has equal rest compared to their opponents. Who is it? It's the Raiders this year who have the worst. I think they're like 17-game rest disadvantage this season. Not good. Lions have the most rest edge and the most rest advantage at 13 games throughout the course of the season. Just in case you were wondering. But interesting start for the Jags. They do at least get start home against the Panthers week 1, but then it gets pretty tough. They got to go Bengals, Texans, Niners, Chiefs, Seahawks. At least Seahawks are coming to them. And then they got to go to an international game against the Rams. Tough start of the season. I was looking at this. This is a tough stretch right here for Jacksonville. They might only have 1 win. They might only have 2 wins. If the Jags struggle this part of the season, then they get their week 8 bye. Look at their second half of the season. A lot easier. I'm thinking we wait, see what Jacksonville is going to do during this point. Hope that they don't do anything, don't do much, right? Have a pretty terrible record. That way the public and the betting market's all down on Jacksonville. This week 8 bye is where we buy in on Jacksonville and watch them start stringing off some wins down the stretch. I think that's how we should play this. Patriot says 2-4 through the first 6. I think you're right. 2-4 would be I think best case for them. I don't think they can go 3-3 through that first 6, but who knows? Who knows? Like I said, Trevor Lawrence, new dad effect. Some key players they lost. Christian Kirk, he gone. He's a Texan. Evan Ingram, he's gone. He's a Bronco now. Who else we got? Mac Jones went to the 49ers. How are they going to ever recover from not having Mac Daddy Jones out there? Tim Jones is a Viking. Blake Hance, right tackle, is now with the Titans. They lost a lot of guys. Look at that. But they spent some money this offseason. They went out and got Patrick McCarry. Paid that man, right guard, $12.5 million a year. Diane Brown, wide receiver, he's there. Jordan Lewis, cornerback, he's with them now. Robert Hainsey, center, beefing up that offensive line. They went off and got a guard and a center. We're seeing some of these new coaches, these new young coaches. Start with Ben Johnson. First thing they do is go and get some offensive linemen, rebuild their offensive line. Smart move. Good call by them. Players they drafted, of course, all we know in the first round, they traded up. They gave away some future draft picks to the Browns. Trade up and get Travis Hunter. I am not the biggest Travis Hunter fan. I don't know. And he's going to try to play both ways. It's such a Jacksonville Jaguar thing to do. Yeah, we're going to let our guy play both sides of the ball. What are we doing? We'll see, though, but I'm not high on Travis Hunter. In the third round, they had 2 picks back-to-back, 88 and 89. Look at that. They took a cornerback, Caleb Ransott, out of Tulane, and then Wyatt Millam out of West Virginia, guard. Fourth round, they had a couple picks there. Running back by Bayshul Tootin out of Virginia Tech. I have no idea who that guy is. And a linebacker, Jack Kaiser, out of Notre Dame. And then a couple more picks in the 6th and 7th round there. Let's see what old Warren Sharp has to say about the Jags. There's a lot of excitement in Jacksonville surrounding the Jaguars right now. A new energetic head coach who's I should have got the clip of it. I should have played the clip right there. New and energetic head coach Duval. Should have played that clip. Who's bringing fresh ideas and successful pedigree. New energetic general manager who creates excitement with his vision for the team. And a new energetic unicorn of a 2-way player drafted number 2 overall in April. A new stadium on the horizon. All of this is fresh, new, and exciting. None of it will help the Jaguars in 25. I like how he just rains on their parade there. None of it will help the Jags in 2025 unless their $275 million quarterback, once dubbed a generational talent, turns his career around and begins to play anywhere close to what either the nickname or the price tag suggests. God, he got 275. Good for him. But remember, new data effect. Good call. His body won't make it playing both ways in the NFL. No, I mean, sorry. You just won't. Not at a high level, at least. Certain things bother me, and I won't apologize for feeling a certain way, even though it might be unpopular or offend some people. Working in the NFL space and wearing my hat One thing is unavoidable: working many hours in front of a computer. Technically, it's in front of 3 computers and 9 total monitors directly in my line of sight for 16 to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Committed. The Jags are favored in 6 games this season. So they're favored in 6 games, and they got a win total of 7.5. Interesting. I like how they still have ETN listed at running back 1. They want to get rid of ETN. They try trading him away. We'll see, though. Be careful drafting him in fantasy. Just a warning there. Let's see. He says, and what bothers me is the hate and vitriol directed at quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Tua Tagovailoa. I won't get into all the reasons that a lot of the very vocal people dislike them, but suffice to say, a vocal contingency doesn't think they are actually good passers and can't win big games. To a lesser degree, some people love to hate on guys like Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, but only because they think quarterbacks can't win big games either. Are you kidding me? There's no way people hate on Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. Those guys get all the dick right and love. What are we talking about? I mean, yeah, we're talking about they can't win the big game, sure, but most of the season, everyone loves those 2 guys. But what I wonder about all these people critical of Tua or Lamar is what they think about quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence and Kyler Murray, because for whatever reason, quarterbacks who are better statistically and have led their teams to more wins get hated on so much more than quarterbacks like Lawrence and Murray, and I don't understand it. That's a good point. They better keep that kicker healthy if they want to get to 7.5. Yeah, they got a kicker that can make 70-yard field goals. Give that guy a raise. Pay that guy $275 million. Trevor Lawrence better be buying that guy some nice steaks this year. Gonna bail his ass out. Let's first start by saying I would love for Lawrence to turn things around, and Liam Cohen is his head coach and play caller. The NFL is better when quarterback plays better. I'd love for Lawrence to finally deliver. But let's be completely realistic. He's gotten a pass far too long with far too little to show for the natural gifts and talents he brought to the NFL. 6'6", 220, 10-inch hands. He's a prototypical quarterback. Yet he's 22 and 38 as a quarterback, playing in the weakest division in the NFL since he was drafted. Want to ignore his rookie season, fine, but then you need to ignore every quarterback's bad rookie season if you do so for Lawrence. We can even ignore his sophomore season. Over the last 2 seasons, Lawrence is 10 and 16 as a starter, but that's the last time I'm going to mention records because I'm more concerned about stats right now as it relates to Lawrence. Uh-oh. Wow. Ooh, look at their against the spread record. Last year, Jacksonville was good against the spread. They're 10 and 7 against the spread. Look at that. When they were favored, they were 1 and 3 against the spread, but as a dog, they were 9 and 4. Let's tuck that one away. Jacksonville as a dog, good ATS record. They were 1 and 7 straight up on the road last season. That's got to change. That is bad. Whew, that was bad. That is not good. Crash time points. Hey, as long as they cover, baby, that's all we care about. Let's see. For the Jaguars, there simply isn't a lot to pull from the past other than Lawrence. Yes, the team went 4 and 13, but Lawrence played just 10 games. In week 9, he suffered a left shoulder AC joint sprain and missed the next 2 games through the team's week 12 bye. When he returned in week 13, he was clocked by Aziz Al-Shir with a nasty helmet-to-helmet. Oh, I remember that last year. Knocking Lawrence out and forcing him to be carted off and placed on IR. That hit ended his season. He underwent surgery to repair his AC joint. I didn't know that. In his non-throwing shoulder in mid-December. I forgot about that at least. The team won 2 of their final 5 games with Mac Daddy Jones at the helm. But discussing those games is largely irrelevant other than to praise Brian Thompson Jr. and criticize the defense, both of which we'll do later. I often spend a lot of time discussing coaching tactics and strategy, but what is the point when Doug Peterson was only fired was not only fired, but is not even coaching in the NFL. Okay. I enjoy the creativity Liam Cohen brought to the Kentucky in 23 after working under Sean McVay for the Rams in 22, and we'll discuss, and was a big fan of what he did with Baker Mayfield in the Bucs last year. The addition of General Manager James Goldstone is something I'm far less sure of. Okay, we don't need to get into GM talk. Lawrence started and finished 9 games last year, weeks 1 through 9. Through week 9 last year, the Jags wire offense faced a league average schedule of pass defenses. They played 3 pass defenses that finished the year above average, and the other 6 finished either at or below average. Overall, we can't put any failings from Lawrence on the schedule. For context, Lawrence is QB2 in the NFL from an average salary perspective, making $55 million per year, tied with a few players, including Burrow and Allen. Now let's begin diving into what Cohen has to work with in Lawrence. And let's start by examining what the team has done to try and support him in playing to his strengths. Ooh, now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of everything. Consistently, they've had him get rid of the ball quickly to avoid pressure. We'll discuss an alternative. Okay. In 23, Lawrence had the 4th fastest time to throw at 2.4 seconds. Last year, the Jags finished number 1 in short week road games ranked. So that means if they had to go on the road and they were at a rest disadvantage, they were the best team last year to do so. I'm guessing from an ATS perspective. Trevor, so here we go. The arguments why you should bet under or over 7.5. We'll start with the under. Here's why you should bet under 7.5 wins for the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2025. Trevor Lawrence coming off his worst season as a starter, and to make matters worse, he will also have to bounce back from an injury. Lawrence was 2-8 as a starter with the lowest completion percentage since his rookie year. Lawrence also had his worst quarterback rating in the past 3 seasons. He threw just 11 touchdowns to 7 interceptions in his 10 starts. Maybe Lawrence is not the franchise anchor that everyone thought he was going to be. Man, Lawrence is catching blows from Warren Sharp in this one. The Jags were a bottom 5 pass defense and bottom 5 run defense last season. Despite that, few significant moves made to solve this issue. Travis Hunter could step in and help that corner, but it's unclear what his usage will look like in the NFL. Jordan Lewis was another good addition at corner, but Jacksonville needed more. The defensive line generated no pressure, and they ranked 27th in the success rate against the run. The defensive group is not built to win football games. I'm going to say it again. Don't count out the new dad vibe, though. The kid is scrawny. Yeah, 6'6", only 220. Let's beef it up a little bit. But here's the positive side of things. If you want to bet over 7.5 wins for the Jaguars in 2025, the Jags were extremely unlucky in one-score games. They went 3-10, which was the most losses in one-score games in the NFL. They will have a new coach and a culture change, which could be the difference maker in these situations. Jacksonville will face the 6th easiest strength of schedule this season. They sit in a pretty underwhelming AFC South division. It won't be much of a change from 24. Jacksonville had the 5th easiest schedule last season, but historically, teams with a top 10 easy schedule of opponents have a better chance to sneak into the playoffs. We'll see if Jacksonville can manage to accomplish this. It was a great draft for the Jags, who landed some top-tier talent. They traded up from 5 overall to 2 to take Travis Hunter. He will immediately pair with Brian Robinson Jr. to form an elite receiver room. That's debatable. Let's pump the brakes on that one. There's also a potential for Hunter to play snaps at corner, where the Jags are also in need of help. Hunter could be a big reason the Jags take a step forward in 25 if he's used to his full potential. I disagree strongly with that. It's not going to happen. Spike says, hang tough, guys. Have a great day. You too, buddy. Have a good one. Have a good Friday. Good weekend. What else we got? Time is running out on Travis Etienne to live up to the hype. I'm telling you guys, be careful in fantasy drafting Travis Etienne. They are trying to move off from him. Etienne ranked 43rd out of 46 running backs in yards per carry. Bet on Tank Bisbee and or Bashul Tootin taking his job soon. Yeah, I agree with that. 100% agree with that. Lawrence threw 65% of passes in 2.5 seconds or less, and he was pressured at the number 3 lowest rate. In 24, Lawrence had the 4th fastest time to throw at 2.6 seconds. He threw 52% of his passes at 2.5 seconds or less, and he was pressured at the 7th lowest rate. The reason they are likely to try to get him to throw quickly is to avoid pressure, which we will discuss momentarily. Each year, over half his passes were thrown at 2.5 seconds or less. If you combine 23 and 24, 60% of his attempts were thrown very quickly. So first, let's focus on what he does 60% of the time, which is throw within 2.5 seconds or less. When he's thrown quickly, he's being pressured just 15% of his dropbacks. So 85% of the time, Lawrence is throwing fast and is kept clean doing so. And yet, out of 36 QBs last year, Lawrence ranks number 25 in EPA, 28 in success rate, 26 in yards per attempt. These are horrible numbers when you compare him to the guys he should be getting compared to at this stage in his career. You look at QBs who throw fast like Tua and Burrow, and there's absolutely no comparison. Tua, number 3 in EPA, Burrow, number 10 in EPA, Lawrence, number 25. All three average the same air yards, and when looking at what they're doing when they're throwing quick and unpressured, Tua and Burrow are worlds different from Lawrence. From success rate perspective, Lawrence is down with guys like Gardner Minshew. Hey, don't hate on Gardner Minshew. He a Coug. Josh Dobbs, Desmond Ridder, Caleb Williams, Sam Howell, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Bryce Young, and Will Levis. And guess what? Trevor Lawrence is making more money than all those guys combined. How about that? What else happens when you're holding the ball longer? Well, you're more likely to be pressured. Ironically, that's been a problem for Lawrence. Ironically, because given his prototypical size, you would think he can stand in the pocket and deliver, whether he takes a hit or not. But he struggles immensely under pressure. When he's pressured last year, Lawrence ranked very bad at the bottom of the league. I'm not going to read off all those stats. Another issue, which is similar and speaks to Lawrence's not playing to his prototypical size, is shrinking on third downs. He's been terrible on third downs. Out of 36 quarterbacks over the last 2 years, Lawrence ranks at the bottom once again. He also ranks 26 in accuracy on third down. The numbers are not any prettier when we isolate just last season. Once again, at the bottom of the league. When we talking Giants, whenever you come on the show, my man, you come on the show, we'll talk the Giants. Grass Guy would love that. You let me know, Beardo. Good morning. Happy Friday, buddy. You let me know. We'll talk Giants. We'll break down the Giants. Talking about that great Giants. Oh, God. That great Giants defensive line. Should we take Neighbors in fantasy? We'll get into all of that. The meat and potatoes of it. Meat and potatoes. No skin. Good morning, buddy. How you doing? So Lawrence is bad. I think a lot of people knew that. But, I mean, it is nice to actually see the numbers. And that's what's great about this deal here. Warren Sharp lays out the number. Let's do it. You let me know, buddy. You pick a date. You come on the show. We'll do it. No Skin says, happy belated B-Day, Will. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. God, we got football on today. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Can't wait to be a degenerate today and bet on preseason football. Taking the Falcons, by the way. That's my lock of the day. Falcons money line. But do it on Kalshi. Because when the Falcons go up, and instead of being plus money, you get them as a big favorite, sell out. Because you never know what can happen in those preseason games. Let's see. Now it's Cohen's problem to fix or work around. I'm not sure which he'll end up trying to do, possibly a combination of both. What can we expect from Cohen from a team philosophy standpoint, which will impact Lawrence and the offseason as a whole? Tampa Bay last year, his only year with the Bucs, Cohen increased the team's pass rate dramatically. In the first half of 24, the Bucs ranked number 10 in first down pass rate, up from number 31, number 5 in early down pass rate, up from 25. This is another reason I think Cohen can get it's not hard to improve Trevor Lawrence when he's at the bottom of the league statistically. So even if you get a modest improvement, that's why I kind of like Jacksonville to sneakily sneak into the playoffs and win the division, especially since we saw the second half of their season after their bye is so much easier. So much easier. What up? Over on the kick side of things, Eve Gaming. How we doing? What's popping today? It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. We got football on. We're hanging out. It's going to be a good time. It's a good day for a good day. How about that? Super James, can't you cash out on Sportsbook? Some you can. Some you can't. Mine, I can't. That's why I bet over on Kalshi. Plus, you get better odds over on Kalshi. Better odds. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to have you in, too. Thanks for hopping in. Starting to get some more people on the kick side of things. Now we started streaming over there too. How about that? Chill Friday. How's the vibes? I feel good. I feel good. I don't got to work. Got the whole weekend off. We got football on. It's gonna be a nice, cool 78 degrees today. Oh, we're good. We're living the life. I'm gonna Traeger up some. I'm gonna smoke some tri-tip this evening. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. Let's see. That's just fantasy advice, whatnot. Ooh. Urban Meyer set Lawrence way back. I don't know, man. Urban's a good coach. I don't know. Maybe it's Lawrence and not Urban. I don't know. Well, let's see. The Jags were not as bad against the run as they were against the pass in 24, but they were not a ton better. They allowed 4.4 yards per carry to running backs, 1.6 yards before contact, and finished 27th in success rate. Devon Hamilton played the most snaps among the defensive line group last season and is tied for the team lead with 11 run stuffs. Eric Armstead, Eric Armstead played more outside last season, but there has been talk about him playing more in the interior this season. A second-round pick last year, Mason Smith suited up for just 11 games as a rookie, including a couple of healthy scratches, and he did not stand out when he got on the field more in the second half of the season. That's not good. Linebacker Devin Lloyd is coming off another solid season, which he made plays against the run. Olukun, I don't know how you say that name, was limited to 13 games, but he was more productive in the run game, logging 11 run stuffs and tackles on 18.1% of the run defense snaps. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to fix the defense because they didn't really address that this offseason. So we'll see. Maybe the new defensive coordinator can do something there. For the red zone last season, Brian Thompson Jr. led the team in targets with 16. No surprise there. Gabe Davis was right behind him at 10. Tank Bigsby got the most carries, 35 in the red zone. Bet on Tank Bigsby. Do not bet on Travis Etienne this year. Bet against Travis. Let's see. Urban was a Oh, you said I was thinking. Sorry, you said Urban Meyer. I was thinking. Sorry, I was thinking Doug Peterson. But yeah, Urban Meyer did set Lawrence way back. I agree with that. Irago says Urban was a terrible coach. It's coming from a Buckeye sport hiring him. I was happy to see him come to my Jags and ecstatic to see that man fired. Yeah, Urban, terrible. I was thinking Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson's a good coach. He's a good coach. You know? If you know, you know. Let's see. Jags with the 6th easiest strength of schedule. It's all that second half of the season. As we can look, let me go back up here. As you can see, once again, very tough first part of the season. Very first tough part right here. They're probably going to be 2 and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 5 through that stretch. But then it gets a lot easier. Week 8, that's when we're going to buy in on Jacksonville. All right. And then we're going to watch them rattle off some wins down the stretch. As long as they stay healthy, of course. Of course. Let's see. Look at the difference in Tampa with Cohen calling the offense to start the games as compared to Dave Canales in 23. The first drive of games. In 24, they were number 1 in EPA, number 4 in yards per play, number 1 in yards per drive, number 1 in score rate, number 1 in TD rate, number 1 in points per drive. It's pretty good. Which is also crazy that they think that Baker this year, I got nothing against Baker. I like Baker, but they think that Baker's just going to keep that up now, even though he doesn't have his coach. The year before, they were 23, 24, 21, 18, number 30, and number 27. Comparatively to those stats. So not good. Now, unlike Lawrence, Baker Mayfield is a clutch performer on third downs, and that remains consistent in 24 with Cohen. But one thing that changed dramatically was Mayfield's improvement on early downs. Okay. One thing that Cohen did on these downs was help Mayfield lower the target depth. Mayfield reduced the target depth from 7.8 yards in 23 to 6.6 in 24. See, another thing why I like going through this stuff, because Sharp here comes in and gives us like air yard stats, but those things matter. They really do matter. It just goes to show how creative of a coach he is. You don't have to fully understand it. You just got to acknowledge it and respect it and be like, okay, the guy knows what he's doing. With shorter target depth, he completed 73% of his passes instead of 65. Damn. And this is what excites me about Cohen's involvement with Lawrence. Despite throwing the ball extremely fast, Lawrence averaged 8.2 yards per attempt and 9.4 yards per attempt in 24. Yeah, see, that's coming way down. I firmly believe that if there's a change to be made philosophically that will help Lawrence the most, it's reducing his target depth. Cohen did it with Mayfield, and he can do it the same with Lawrence. This could potentially help Lawrence massively. Time will tell. The addition of Travis Hunter could be special. Oh, God, here we go. The Travis Hunter freaking dick riding loving. Oh, God, this is going to make me sick. They upgraded the offensive line, adding right guard Patrick McCarry and center Robert Hainsley, but time will tell if the protection improves. Despite the loss of Christian Kirk, the team has a clear number one wide receiver in Brian Thomas Jr. And we'll see how much Travis Hunter plays at wide receiver. The team has tried to protect him with faster throws and lower pressure rates, yet production simply has been there. Whether throwing quickly, holding the ball, facing pressure, or in critical third down situation, Lawrence's metrics remain well below what is expected of a $55 million per year quarterback. Now the task falls on Liam Cohen, who showed clear ability to tailor an offense in Tampa to maximize efficiency and improve Baker's production, particularly by lowering target depth on early downs and increasing success rate. That's one thing that's nice about this too, is we can tell early on. It's not going to take us long to see if the changes that Liam Cohen makes is going to work with Trevor Lawrence, because we can go and look at stats. We have the stats from the last few years, and we can watch 2 games this season and be like, okay, what was his average target depth? Is that starting to go in the right direction? Is that going lower? Because if that is, then that should lead to more success. And it lead to better success? Or is Trevor Lawrence still bad on third downs? Maybe it's just a Trevor Lawrence thing. But we'll know quickly whether we're going to buy in on Jacksonville or not. Surrounding Lawrence are questions: an offensive line that needs to gel, a receiver core headlined by a young Brian Thomas Jr. and a versatile Travis Hunter, but lacking proven depth, and a defense that must make major steps forward to complement the offense. Good news is Jacksonville will benefit from one of the league's easiest projected schedules of opposing offenses. That's number 4. This should help the defense that needs massive improvement after having ranked number 28th in overall efficiency and 29th against the pass last year. But ultimately, the 25 Jaguars season hinges on one thing above all: whether Liam Cohen can unlock more consistent, efficient quarterback play from Trevor Lawrence. If he can now, all the fresh faces and excitement in Jacksonville may feel empty by season's end. I agree with all that. And that's just one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on. Or, like I said, we're going to find out early on if Liam Cohen can get something out of Trevor Lawrence. Later, Patriot. Hope you have a good weekend, buddy. Enjoy those ribs tonight. Oof, that sounds good. But yeah, that's your Jacksonville Jaguars 2025 preview. Can Trevor Lawrence figure it out? Is all he needed was Liam Cohen. Can he throw the ball shorter while maintaining getting it out quick? Will Travis Hunter be a Hall of Famer or a bust? Stay tuned for this season. We'll find out. Make sure you smash the like button. You can join us live 4:30 a.m. We cover these. If you're watching a standalone video, follow me on all those channels. Appreciate it. Smash the like button. We'll catch you on the next one. Booyah. Booyah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Oh, let's we're going to go rate our buddies real quick. Rumble. Gotta go raid our buddies real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah.
In the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for. And if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country.
Might have to hold on.
Ever seen.
I have to mute it real quick. Confirm raid. Just because of that music. I don't want that music to ding me over on YouTube.
Episode of the show. Today's the day.
Go check on Dear America.
The moment where we have peace, or is this a moment where we get closer and closer to potential war with Russia?
We
I
will
don't
find
know.
out.
I got my money on the peacemaker in chief, but today's a big day. We're going to break
Peacemaker in
down this
chief.
meeting between Trump and Putin. We're going to break down.
You want to go break down and listen to the big meeting today between Trump and Putin? It sounds like you can go over there. The guys over at Dear America, shout out to them. Go give them a look, smash the like button, say hello. But I will be back. I'm going to try to be back this afternoon. I don't know if I can. Gonna have to call an audible, but for sure I'll be back tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, as always. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, good luck, good gambling.